just want Riku and Sora running around Quadratum in Kingdom Hearts 4. That's just, I mean, like, that's such a certainty in my mind that, like, if it doesn't happen, I'll be like, what reality is this? Because it doesn't make sense, right? Like, in my brain, like that's where the series is set up, right? And like, so like, if that's not, if Sora's not running around in Quadratum with Riku, who's he gonna run around with? Maybe Riku and Strelitzia, but like, if Riku's not there, what's the game even going to be? Like, it's such a certainty. No, Donald and Goofy and Quadrat. I don't think so. Maybe it's possible. That's weird. I mean, it's not possible, but like, that's so not what I've pictured. Maybe that's why they're in the underworld in the trailer, in the teaser, is that they find a way to Quadratum because it's like the land of death or whatever. If Riku doesn't come into late game, I'll be so freaking sad. No, the two lights we see in the screenshot are Sora and Riku. No, it could be Donald and Goofy. I don't know. It could be. Is it even a like a numbered Kingdom Hearts game without Donald and Goofy though? You may be right. You may be right.
This is fun.
That's true. That's true. The main title, because like Nomura has already said like the rule is a main a numbered Kingdom Hearts title. So Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3, 4 has to star Sora, because not all Kingdom Hearts games star Sora. But he said if it's numbered, it has to star Sora. That's like the rule. And there's never been a numbered Kingdom Hearts game where his party members have not been Donald and Goofy. So it does make sense. It could be Riku, Donald, and Goofy. Well, yeah, we could have choices, right? You could pick Donald and Goofy, but then you could also pick like Riku and Strelitzia. That'd be amazing. Or Kairi gets to go there too, and even though she was told see, that doesn't make any sense until late game, because she was literally told she couldn't come. So for her to be there at the beginning without like some significant time passing wouldn't make any sense. I could see her coming and figuring out how to get there in the end. You basically need the power of waking. Well, that's the question. Is that basically you need the power of waking to get there? Donald and Goofy don't have the power of waking, do they? Yeah, they're looking for Sora in the underworld. But I could see, because they're in the underworld and Quadratum is basically the world of the dead, that they could find a way, like they could have Hades send them there or something, or find a portal. But then why would just they go and not like everybody else go is the question. Then, okay, if Donald and Goofy find a way like through the underworld to Quadratum, what was the point of like, what was the significance of Riku being able to go the way he went? That's my question. Like, it was all this like, where is Sora? Where is Sora? How do we get there? 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 Why did Kairi sleep for a year? To find out, I guess to find out the existence of Quadratum. And then to get to the final world. Why doesn't Fairy Godmother just say, well, see, because they can get there via Hades. But then what's the significant? But then why couldn't Riku have just gotten there via Hades? Why can't everybody get there via Hades? Like, it just, like, what? So they're gonna kill Goofy again? I feel cozy when Peachy theorizes. Listen, we're manifesting. This is manifesting Riku and Sora playable from the start in KH4. Listen. Prezi! Hi, Prezi. We're manifesting Riku. Always. Manifesting Riku on a Keyblade motorcycle. Real. Yes, manifesting Soriku in Kingdom Hearts 4. Yeah, I think it's more likely. I mean, It's whatever Nomura wants. And we know Nomura loves Riku. So he loves both Sora and Riku. And so, like, if he wants it to be a Soriku game, then it can be. If he wants DDD 2.0, it'll be DDD 2.0. But I don't know. Yeah, what he's never said his rules for besides Sora being the main playable character in a numbered title is the thing. He's never said like a main numbered title has like it's Sora, Donald, and Goofy, right? Like the three of them. But then again, there's options. Like look at Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Like once you get more than 4 like eventually you have like 7 party members and you only pick 3 at a time, but you have like a million to choose from, right? So it could be like that. It could be, sure, Donald and Goofy could get there, but then there could also be like Riku and if Strelitzia fights, I don't know, which I think would be really cool. Like there could be more party members that you get to choose from. So you could choose Soriku and Goofy as a chaperone. Minnie. Hi, Christiana. The Target banner predicting the actual final trio, Sora, Riku, and Mickey. That's it. Yes. Listen. Oh, it's like tied to my door. Yes. Kairi should train with Minnie. Oh my god. Namine should train with Minnie because Minnie uses magic, right? Not like a Keyblade, right? Namine. Because if Namine ever goes into battle, I don't want her to get a Keyblade. Like, not everybody needs a Keyblade. Namine has, like, magic witch powers. So have her train with Minnie. Riku trains with Mickey. Kairi trains with Minnie. There you go. And Sora with Donald and Goofy. I love it. I love that. I do hope we get, like, a Kairi and Aqua training section. Like, I want to see her training with Aqua. I want to see, like... I want to see her hanging out with, like, Ven. I want to see her hanging out with the Wayfinder trio, honestly. Yeah, like, Namine is, like, a powerful spellcaster. That would be amazing. I would love that. That would be so cool. Ugh. Yeah, Riku on a motorcycle, or what's the point? I mean, he's already been on a motorcycle. He's been on the light cycle in the Tron world in DDD. It's not like he's never been on a motorcycle before. Like, they're primed for this. Max! I would, oh my god. Love to see Max make an appearance. Goofy, when did you have a kid? When do you have time to be a dad? And go on vacations with your son, and man, wouldn't that be crazy? Sora be like, Max, you like my brother? Yes. Goofy, who's your wife? Ventus needs more screen time. I do want Kairi and Ventus to hang out. Oh, I know, right? Please let the Wayfinder trio rest, right? Please let them rest. They're like immediately like going back into the realm of darkness together, looking for Sora. But they're together. I think that's kind of the point, is that now they're together again, going there, so it's okay. That'd be crazy to like see like Aqua have like PTSD, like, because like she did in the final battle in KH4, so like I did like not even a year later, and then she's totally fine. Has she been to therapy? And that wasn't even like, I don't think after a year passed, they like immediately went back into the realm of darkness to look for Sora. Group therapy in the realm of darkness. That's right. Yeah, what could go wrong? Let them rest, please. The Sea Salt trio are getting to rest. Like, what are they doing? What were they doing to look for Sora? I think they just got to rest. Why don't you let the Wayfinders rest? I think I did watch the documentary about the Goofy movie. Yeah, I think I did. Was that the one where it was like Max and Goofy's voice actors? And they were like in the car? That was so cute. That was so cute. It was like for the anniversary. It was so cute. Yeah, the 1 year later, I think they had all of the scenes in Terra saying like, you know, I have nothing I have nothing more to teach you, and Riku is like, but you didn't do anything. Um uh like I think that happened. That happened and all of that, and then they went into the, because Riku watched them go in the portal, right? He watched them put on their armor. Maybe he taught Riku how to like summon Keyblade armor and like a Keyblade glider. And that's what he meant, like, oh, and now I have nothing more to teach you. We just didn't see it. And so he'll whip that out in KH4. Oh, maybe that's what he taught Riku. That could be. And then they went in the portal. And then, because didn't Riku ask Aqua, like, are you sure this is okay? Like, are you sure you want to go back into the realm of darkness? And she, you know, she was like, it's okay. I'm with my friends now again. Riku's so tired. All we know is Riku, this boy is not okay. He looks okay on the surface. But then you get that like very hidden optional dialogue only if you go and like talk to the fairy godmother like again after you've already talked to her, and she's like, Sid and Merlin are worried about you, dear. I'm like, oh, dude. This boy's not okay. He's not okay. He's crying himself to sleep. You know how in Dark Road, Xehanort's, after everyone died, Xehanort said that he heard Ericus like crying in his room, like grieving for all of his friends. Literally. But you can't tell me that like like Riku has not been crying in his room because they can't find Sora. So she's like, they're worried about you, dear. Are you okay? Are you you know, eating your dinner and hydrating and getting sleep? He's like, no, I'm not. I'm really not, just dreaming about Sora. And then when, you know, the fairy godmother, the mother of, you know, wishes and dreams, comes to him, and she's like, I think your dreams mean something. And he's just like, no, me? I don't think so. And then her gig, I know. She sees Soriku endgame, actually. Hydrate. That's right. It's very important. Hydration, very important. Very important. Very important. Very important. Hydrate and stretch. He's crying on the inside. He is. He puts on a tough face. Riku's like the only character we haven't seen cry. We've seen like every character but Riku cry. Like every trio, every major character in the game has cried except Riku. He's gonna cry when he better. Look at that way. He better cry when he finds Sora. Look at this boy. Look at this boy. Sora promised he'd never make Riku cry, and Riku can't cry because then Sora would break his promise. Oh no! Oh my god, I know Prezi. Oh my god. Oh my god. That too, with seeing everybody in the Unreal Engine 5. I mean, these characters in Unreal Engine 5 graphics. Like basically Final Fantasy 7 remake graphics. Like that's how we're gonna see them. But here's the thing. Like we've seen Strelitzia and Sora in Quadratum, right? Nomura has said that that's how they look in Quadratum. Like that's like that, it's almost like a disguise, like when they go, you know, when they go to the Pride Lands, Sora looks like a lion, right? he's said that that's like just what they look like in Quadratum. It's kind of, they're matching that world's look, right? That's the other thing. World order magic, exactly. That's the thing about Donald and Goofy, though. You can't have Donald and Goofy running around like Tokyo, like Japan, because that's where they are, right? And like, it's so like, let's blend in. Oh my god, duck and dog. Oh my god, what if they look like a duck and dog? Just running around like Shibuya with a duck. Yes, real dog and real duck. Or you have like Donald and Goofy Gajinka and they become like pretty anime boys. Oh no, Donald's hot. That's the other possibility. No, I don't think Disney would allow. Disney would not allow. Like one of the garden gooses, right? It's just cosplay, right? Yeah, no, they look like the mascots from the Disney parks. They're going around. No, but seriously, like they would have to explain that somehow. Like, oh, everybody else doesn't see them like that, right? Everybody else sees them as a dog and a duck, but we see them as Donald and Goofy, right? Because like literally if Nomura changed Sora's necklace to be more realistic, you're not going to have Donald and Goofy running around there. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, that's how, like, blending in with Quadratum or Shibuya, Japan, like, that they're going. So, like, how would you have Donald and Goofy? You would have to explain it somehow. Or you would have to have them in a different form. Or, I don't know. Yeah, make them like a mascot or something. I don't... Tiny mouse with a tiny keyblade. Why does Mickey never need world order magic? Because he's the king. Do things work differently? That's my big question. Do things work differently? Because this isn't their world. This is unreality. This is fiction, right? This isn't just like this isn't world order. This is like another dimension, another universe order. Like, that's the thing. Like, this... But yeah, Nomura did say that it was like, it was kind of like world order magic is why they look so hyper realistic in Quadratum. But when they're in their own world, their own reality, they look more like they did before. But it'll still be like, you know, beautified. You know, I imagine like secret ending. Like, if you think of the secret ending of KH4, where that was what we thought, like, oh my god, look, it's hyper-realistic Sora. No, the KH4 trailer is super hyper-realistic Sora, right? So, look, if you look at the difference between those two, they're both like, you know, Unreal Engine 5, super hyper Square Enix, realistic graphics. Oh my god, I can see the characters' pores, right? They're both like that, but the secret ending is more, they're still kind of like Kingdom Hearts anime-ified version of themselves, right? So I think that would be like their reality. And then what you see in KH4 is like, that's the Quadratum, right? And it's like, I never even imagined like Sora could look like that, right? Like, I imagined the secret ending being like, oh, that's going to be KH4, right? But then this like Quadratum version of him, like, I never even imagined like his hair would not be super spiky, right? So it's like, if Riku's that, what's the difference? Like, all like the secret ending Riku is already like the most beautiful Riku I've ever seen. So like, what's KH4 Quadratum Riku gonna look like, right? There's gonna be a difference. He's not just gonna look the same while Sora looks super different. Like, but they still have to be like recognizable as well, right? I know. I can't. It's gonna break the internet. Final Fantasy reps. Well, that's a big question that people have had is there are Final Fantasy characters that have died, like not just villains. There are major Final Fantasy characters that are dead in canon. They could be in Quadratum. Even though I know the Final Fantasy versions of the characters in Kingdom Hearts are not the same characters. They're different versions. They're like AU versions of the characters, right? So it's possible that they haven't died. But they could be there, you know? Like, is Sephiroth in Quadratum? You know? Like, that's a big question. I'm not, I'm like, I don't need Final Fantasy characters to be in Kingdom Hearts because that, to me, that it's fine when they're there. It's nice when they're there, but like it just takes, to me, it takes screen time away from the original characters who shine so brightly on their own, and there's so many of them now that they need like all the screen real estate that they can get because there's so many of them. So I personally, like, the Final Fantasy characters have their own games. I don't need the Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts taking up like screen time. Honestly, like, that's my opinion. I don't care if they're there. If they're there, that's fine. But I'm not like, where are my Final Fantasy characters? I don't need them. I don't need them. I want more Sora. I want more Riku. I want more Kairi. I want more Axel. I want more Aqua. I want more of them. Versus, I don't need to see Cloud. I don't need to see Squall. I don't need to see Aerith. They have their games. If I want them, I'll go play their games. I don't need them in Kingdom Hearts. If they're there, that's fine. You know? But I don't need them. That's Xehanort too. Yeah, well, we know, we all but know Xehanort is in Quadratum. Will we see him? Will he be part of the story? God, sweet Jesus, I hope so. But we don't know for sure. We know he's there. We know he's there. We don't know if he'll be like part of the story. I would be surprised if he didn't at the very least make like a cameo, like a side quest, or he's just standing there in that place that the Dark Road concept ending art was, anti-Nort system. Yeah, we'll have to see. But I would be surprised if he wasn't at least a just quick side character you could find. But I wouldn't be surprised if he had a bigger role, not a main role, but like, you know, like I said, a side quest, or he's like a, you know, they go to him for help with something. Because Xehanort, I mean, he knew about Quadratum before he got there. So, like, he might know some stuff about the place and be able to help them with, like, how to get home, right? So, I wouldn't be surprised. I would actually die. Pikachu, I would actually die. He's just working at McDonald's. Oh my god. Oh, really, Thomas? The MOBA game that included, was that, MXM. It had Guild Wars 2 characters. It was the MOBA that had all of the NCSoft characters, yeah. That crashed my computer whenever I tried to play it. I just watched over the weekend, there's a video that took them forever to get out, but of the 20th anniversary, the Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary event in Japan that like 100 people got to go to. They had like a stage show, and that was where they first showed the KH4 trailer, and they have very brief footage of them showing the audience the Missing Link and the KH4 trailer. And like, you know, the Japanese are very, you know, they're not screaming their heads off like an international audience would. But the like shrieks at the screen in the auditorium when they showed Brain in the Missing Link trailer, RIP Missing Link, Sora and Strelitzia, they showed like everybody's reaction to those three, and you hear them go like, oh! You hear like these, you know, these demure, polite, respectful Japanese fans, you know, like shrieking in the audience at the reaction to Sora and Strelitzia especially. And it was so like, oh man, and Nomura was there, so I hope he just like got the biggest satisfaction out of that, getting to reveal that and see live people's reactions. It was so cute. It was so cute. Old man Xehanort running a coffee shop. Oh no. Oh, I'm sure there will be some kind of background, like, yeah, like a poster with Sephiroth on it or something. I don't know. How meta is it going to get, right? Is Kingdom Hearts going to be a video game in Quadratum, right? Like we saw the Yozora and the Verum Rex game on the shelf in the Toy Story world. Are we going to see Kingdom Hearts on the shelf in Quadratum? I don't know. How meta is it going to get? Because it's unreality, right? It's fictional, whereas they're fictional to us, we're fictional to them. So the meta commentary is going to be insane, and I'm so ready to have my mind explode trying to figure it out. And what's in the box, and what's the Master of Masters doing? I'm so ready for the Master of Masters. A physical game? My only hope for Missing Link is that they make it into like a movie, like they did for back cover. I would love. Oh, Mal, thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. I really hope that I would love like a 3D movie of the rest of Union Cross, because back cover does like the first half or like the basics of Union Cross, but there's so much more that's like like, oh my god, like mind-blowing lore in the second half of Union Cross. And like, unless you've played the mobile games, you don't know that lore, right? And then there's a lot of lore from Dark Road as well. That's huge and going to come back into the story. So like, if you haven't played Dark Road, there's huge lore in there. And I have no doubt that Missing Link was going to also have massive lore that leads into Kingdom Hearts 4. So now Nomura has to like repurpose that and tell us the important bits. I'm sure there's stuff in Missing Link that like that is very need to know for Kingdom Hearts 4. So we either need like a Missing Link movie or something to give us that lore and that story that was going to be told in that game that's significant for KH4, or Nomura has to weave that into KH4 more than he already was, because like you're gonna like know the bare bones basics anyway, like because they you know, I guess maybe not even account for that, because like when Ephemer showed up for half a second and all the you know, Keyblade graveyard keys and everything, and the whole, you know, drawing on the past, that whole thing and that whole scene in KH3, they didn't explain that. Like, if you hadn't played Union Cross, you don't get that part. Like, sorry, you don't understand where that's all from. Like, should have played the mobile game, right? So there's going to be things that, like, you know, should have played Missing Link to understand this. But now there's no Missing Link, so someone says light from Ericus says, oh, the light from the past, right? We just like, guess that refers to the prequel. But you don't know who these characters are, you don't know the story behind it, right? So that's why I say, like, sure, you can just play Kingdom Hearts 3, but you're going to be missing a shit ton of context, right? Even like Kingdom Hearts fans who are like, oh, I don't play the mobile games. Good luck understanding who the foretellers are, or the Master of Masters, or any, you know, a lot of what's going to be going on in KH4. Good luck. So like, what was in Missing Link that we should know going into KH4? Because now nobody knows. By the way, we still have to watch like the Missing Link cutscenes that the beta got to experience, because I still haven't watched those. But, like, that's canceled now. Are those scenes canon now or not, right? Because it's from a canceled game, so, like, and from a beta, so, like, are those canon? I don't know. So we just have to wait and see. Like, is there, like, again, is there going to be a movie? Is there going to be a book? Is there going to be, maybe there will be like a little cutscene at the beginning of KH4 kind of going over, in the past, this happened. Sorry you didn't get to play it, but here's what happened, right? So, Edge, hi Edge. So I'm hoping for a Missing Link movie. I'm not holding my breath for one, but that's what I'm hoping for. Just so Nomura can get that lore out that we need to know for KH4. Missing Link anime? That'd be incredible. Wouldn't count a closed beta of a canceled game canon, yeah. No, I wouldn't either. But we got an inkling of what might be canon. But yeah, so we're gonna need something. Nomura will. I feel bad. I feel bad for Nomura because he was like, you know, they were so far into development too, is the thing. Like, he was like banking on this being the way the lore got out, and now he's got to completely redo stuff. I feel bad. Hi, Fiery Blaze. They would either have to rework the story so Missing Link plot points aren't needed at all, or they can put the Missing Link cutscenes as interludes in KH4 between worlds or something. Yeah. Or like you collect memory spheres or something, and then you get to, like, you know, you get a Missing Link cutscene basically, right? It could even be like a side quest thing, right? Where, like, if you want the lore behind what's going on, aka the Missing Link lore, haha, Missing Link, they could be missing links. There could be a whole Missing Link side quest chain, and you collect these little memory orbs, and then you get to watch a Missing Link cutscene, basically. And you get to fill in all of that lore. That would be a way to do it. Make it have it like the Ansem reports, right? You get more backstory, more context if you collect them all. Yes, the Missing Link reports. Let's go. That would be the way to do it. That would be the way to do it, and then you can get your Missing Link stuff in there, but not have to, like, force shoehorn the entire game's cutscenes and lore into KH4 when that wasn't the plan, right? You kind of repurpose them into the game. Yeah. Hopefully in visual form, not just text form, but like text form would be the easiest way to do it. But yeah. Right. That's true. That's true. They've been doing that ever since Kingdom Hearts 1. Is that, like, if you didn't read all the reports, that's on you, then you don't get it, right? So yeah, they very easily could do that in KH4. That could be just kind of bloat the side stuff a little more, but, like, it doesn't bloat the main game, right? Yeah. That's actually most likely what they're gonna do. That makes the most sense if they don't have the clearance to, like, make a CG movie or something like they did with back cover. Why'd they even make back cover? Why haven't they made, like, the second half? Brain reports! Oh, the brain reports, yes. But what about Sigurd? Because Sigurd is going to be, he was going to be a character in Missing Link, right? Maybe? No. Well, he would probably be dead. Because he greeted Ephemer, and Ephemer's dead, so Sigurd, unless he's, you know, a body hopper or something like Lucio, he's probably dead. But, like, yeah, it could be the Sigurd reports. Sigurd was narrating all of those trailers. He narrated the Missing Link trailer, I think, and he narrated the KH4 trailer. So Sigurd's gonna have something to do with it. Nils! Hi, Nils! I'm in the Sexy God sequel prison. Let's go. Yes. I also played more Sexy God game over the weekend. I would, like, log in and do, like, 2 runs. Oh my god. I feel I've, like, barely scratched the surface of that game. That's been my off-stream game. So they made back cover to give people context for these characters for people who weren't going to play the mobile game. But there's so, that's what I'm saying, is there's so much lore in the rest of back cover and in Dark Road, arguably not as important as that beginning of Union Cross, and you know, as introducing the Master of Masters and Luxu and the foretellers in back cover. Like that's the critical part, is knowing all of those characters and where they came from. But there's still like really important lore in the rest of Union Cross and in Dark Road that's going to come into Kingdom Hearts 4. But I guess that's stuff that you could tell in reports and stuff. Yeah. But the main thing is those characters, because we know the Master of Masters is going to be in KH4. We know Luxu is going to be there. We know, you know, the foretellers. So, yeah. Yeah, the most of it, you know, is in... But, like, does back cover even tell you that, like, Ven's 100 years old? Like... Because, like, that's probably going to come back into it. Like, is Ven going to get his memories back? There's so many questions. Is Ven going to get his memories back? Because, like, he's got his Chirithy back again, and he knew his Chirithy. That's the thing. That's the interesting thing at the end of KH3, is that he, like, welcomes his Chirithy. He's not like, what is this cat thing jumping at me, right? He's like, oh, Chirithy, right? And, like, so does he have his memories back? Or, like, that's going to come into it, right? And there's so much in Union Cross back cover doesn't tell you. Back cover didn't even mention Strelitzia. Strelitzia, she wasn't in back cover, and she's in KH4. Like, she's gonna be a major player in KH4. Like, what? People like don't know who Strelitzia is. Crazy. I don't know. Oh my god, Nomura, I'm so parched. Well, I'm glad our last update said that Kingdom Hearts 4 is proceeding according to schedule. So that's good. That's good. It's funny. It was during like some live stream or something that they were actually talking about I think Final Fantasy VII and its entire horde of games. You know, and they're like, don't worry, part 3 is proceeding according to schedule. It's all good. And then like voice of Nomura was like, oh, and because I know everybody's asking about Kingdom Hearts 4, he's like, don't worry, Kingdom Hearts 4 is also proceeding according to schedule. It's like, I know people are going to ask, so I'll just say now that KH4 development is going good. Like, okay, that's, again, it's like, God, I want more. But like at the same time, I always say, like, just, you know, telling me things are going according to schedule is better than silence. So that was good. That's better than silence. I am glad to hear. This was like, I don't know, what, a month ago? I am very glad to hear that KH4 is going according to schedule. Whatever the schedule is. Yeah, I don't know what the schedule is. But, like, you know, he didn't say, like, we're in Disney hell or whatever, you know? So, hopefully, according to schedule means, you know, Disney is cooperating. I just saw a YouTube thumbnail that said, like, how long has KH4 actually been in development? Do we know when they actually started KH4? Like, we know they started Melody of Memory about the same time they started KH3. Like, they were working on KH3 and Melody of Memory at the same time. Like, they're probably working on Verum Rex at the same time. Like, probably working on that, too, right now. They don't just work on one game, put out a game, and then start the next one. That's not how development works. They're always working on, like, multiple games. They have multiple teams working on multiple games at the same time. So they're probably also working on Verum Rex. Oh, that's without the engine switch. Interesting. Well, I'm glad to hear that Unreal Engine 5, well, just Unreal Engine is, you know, very easy to work with. And then Unreal Engine 5 is like even easier, apparently. I'm not a dev, but I've heard that it just makes things even easier and more streamlined. So that's really good. That's why we have to take care of ourselves, Ren. We have to life goal, live to see KH4. Live to see Soriku Endgame, actually. So, that means we have to take a break because it's been an hour. So we have to take care of ourselves so we can live to see the end of Kingdom Hearts, okay? So, what's up, Guru? Hi, Spanky Frank. How you doing? Thank you. Thank you so much. So, let's get up and stretch, take a break, hydrate, all that good, healthy stuff. And I will see you guys after all bets are off. Then I can die. No. No. Take care of yourself. Do healthy things like stretch and hydrate. I'm going to go do that. I'll be back. You do the same thing. Go, go, go. Do it. Go.